As Bitcoin miners ramp up production ahead of the halving, concerns arise about a potential price crash. Marathon Digital Holdings reports increasing mining activity despite challenges. Stay informed as the crypto market braces for potential turbulence post-halving. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's start. So we're starting off with another mind-boggling mass, 21 million Bitcoin, of which 4 million are lost forever, 1.3 million to be mined, and 1 million are Satoshi's treasures. So that makes us 14.7 million Bitcoin mit 8.1 billion people. That's around 0.001838 Bitcoin, or 183,800 Satoshi, which is $128, block time 838,175. This is the amount of Bitcoin and the price of it in US dollars that each person would have if all Bitcoin were distributed equally right now. Sounds like a little and like an amount to have lying inconsequentially somewhere on a software wallet, but if we look to the year 2068, this will be roughly the amount of fresh Bitcoin per block. And I realize this is 44 years in the future, think of your children, but we are already experiencing the economic effects of Bitcoin's symbiotic and unique properties, which are underpinned by the sprawling financial system today and will fill them even more in the coming years. Year 2068, 0.00152587 Bitcoin every 10 minutes, which is 152,587 Satoshi. In 44 years, each block will emit roughly the amount of Satoshi that our human can own on average today. Just one individual every 10 minutes. So a global gigantic participation of people with immense infrastructure, energy, time, work, and power will spend their resources to verify transactions of decentralized digital money network that brings every 10 minutes the amount of new money on this stage of our world, so that just one human could own the average $128 today, with which you can't even afford a week's groceries for a family in many parts of the world anymore. Guarantees the next generation to get a complete block subsidy of the Bitcoin block that becomes scarcer every 4 years. If you have the 0.001838 Bitcoin sitting in a wallet, in 44 years that will be the most valuable possession for many people. Realize this: imagine you or your children have 10x, 100x, or 1000x the amount of the block subsidy in the future. Buy Bitcoin, be the owner of the future block reward, and just hold. Also, Bitcoin history repeating itself as we're looking into this graphic. Is this accurate? 3.68 billion, which is 3.680 million of Bitcoin shorts, will be liquidated at $72,054. If so, I wonder what that will do to the price. Also, are you mentally prepared for this Bitcoin scenario, going to $100,000 and above? 9.5% of the total Bitcoin supply has been acquired above the $60,000. Just imagine that. Or the 10% of all the supply have been acquired above the $60,000 line, which is 1.8 million Bitcoin. That's crazy, right? So that's just a big number, but it's going to be even bigger soon. During this weekend, Bitcoin is back at 70k. The markets are stronger than we think they are. Dips on altcoins and massive entries. There is a likely case of new all-time high pre-halving, and a rotation towards altcoins is coming, as well as Bitcoin breakout likely coming soon. What are you expecting from this next bull run that we are getting? It doesn't happen often. Bitcoin closed 2 consecutive months over the upper Bollinger Band, and each time it has then doubled within the 3 months before the next red candle. 200% in 1 month, 94% in 2 months, and 105% in 3 months, and what are we getting right now is around 100% in the next 3 months, and that's really crazy. When Bitcoin hits 100k, that will be equivalent of when Bitcoin hit the 50,000 for the first time. Psychological numbers are powerful, but never underestimate them, as the masses are so predictable. And I absolutely totally agree, but I was reminded today that Bitcoin's previous all-time high, adjusted for inflation in today's purchasing power in USD terms, so to speak, is well something around the $90,000. Peter Schiff goes on, the price of Bitcoin is going to be 38,000. So Bitcoin is approaching 38,000 as the speculators continue to front run a new Bitcoin ETF. However, once the ETF is launched, all of the speculators will have already bought. So when those buyers sell to take profits, there won't be many left to buy the ETF and get ready for a crash. It was on I guess it's the November 9th, 2023, and all I'm saying that this price was at 38,000, and now the Bitcoin ETF made the price of Bitcoin go up to $70,000. I just sold everything for Bitcoin. Best decision ever. I just sold everything for Bitcoin. Hey Bitcoiner, I'm 24 and I wanted to say that I have been buying Bitcoin for over 2 years now. I worked while my friends were in party holiday. I worked unhealthy much only for Bitcoin. 5 months ago, and unfortunately because of hype, bought 2 altcoins, and day by day I ask myself why. As Bitcoin went up, more and more altcoins not. I think Bitcoin is and will forever be the monetary black hole. Why should I risk my Bitcoin for possibly more, but possibly less? I have honestly asked myself daily. Today, 15 minutes ago, I sold them all. And not only that, today I sold my old car as well, which I was driving when I was 18 years old. Everything went to Bitcoin. I will buy every day and hodl no matter what's coming to me. Miners increased Bitcoin production ahead of the halving. So Marathon Digital Holdings in March. Marathon Digital Holdings mined 894 Bitcoin, 7% more than the previous months. Miners increased Bitcoin production ahead of the halving source. As Marathon Digital Holdings, according to a press release, the hash rate dropped by 3% to 27.8, and the average operational metric for the past month increased by 4% to 18.3. So company CEO Fred Thiel explained that equipment failures, technical maintenance of power lines, and weather-related reductions in power consumption at several sites affected production during the first quarter. We intend to continue developing our portfolio of Bitcoin mining projects, which will increase in capacity to approximately 1.21 GW spread across the 11 sites on 3 continents, and utilize our recently announced technological innovations, such as 2-phase immersion cooling system to optimize performance and expand our footprint, noted Thiel. As of March 31st, 2024, Marathon held 17,381 Bitcoin on its balance sheet, and the firm sold 440 Bitcoin and confirmed its intention to liquidate part of its digital gold assets in the future to support monthly operations, treasury management, and general corporate purposes. So miners increased the Bitcoin production ahead of the halving source, as Marathon Digital Holdings. In March, Marathon Digital Holdings announced the purchase of the 200 MW data center Garden City as taxes from Applied Digital Corporation for $87 million, and also blockchain during the first months of spring. Argo blockchain generated 103 Bitcoin, 3.3 Bitcoin per day, as the company noted a 5% increase compared to the previous period despite the mining difficulties. Revenue amounted to $7 million, a 55% increase from February, and as of March 31st, the company held 26 Bitcoin. As in March, Argo blockchain sold its data center in Mirabel, Quebec, Canada, and relocated equipment to Quebec, and according to the press release, this process had almost no impact on the company's operations. So saying that, we're probably seeing a huge increase in the mining capacity in the next 2 weeks, but the price will probably drop after the halving. That's all the information we got on today's video, so don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next one, and peace.